common between your mom and my mom? I remember as a child, whenever I used to go out alone, my mom used to say this: Praveen, don't speak to strangers, don't trust them. I would have died with this belief unless I decided to become a solo traveler. But just because I do solo travel and I do backpacking, that doesn't mean I don't work in my life. I remember I spent around 10 years in corporate, and after spending 10 years, one day I realized job is monotonous. Every day getting up same time in the morning, take your tiffin box, go to office, finish your tiffin and work, come back again, next day same, every day monotonous. Then I decided let's break this monotony. I decided to quit job and start my own business. So 6 years ago I started my own business. It's a tech company. I have a team of around 100 people. We provide IT solutions to more than 18 countries. And one day I realized there's something wrong. I realized that even if you're doing the world's most creative job, but if you're doing it same every day, it's still monotonous. There's only one way to break the monotony in your life, and it is important to break the monotony because monotony is boring, it kills. If you want to make your life interesting, you have to break the monotony. And I found the answer in solo trips. Now, my solo trips are very tough. I make it completely uncertain because the only way to break monotony is to make things uncertain. Now, in my solo trips, I travel almost 8 to 10 kilometers per day on the roads. If I'm tired, ask for lifts, no expensive travels. If I'm hungry, I just keep my bag down. I cook, no expensive food. If I'm want to sleep, if I'm sleepy, I just keep my bag down. I sleep. Now this was few days ago in your city. It was good, nice sleep. But why I do this? Because when I do this, I'm actually making my days completely uncertain. At any point of time, I have no idea where I will be after 30 minutes, what I will be eating, where I will be sleeping. And when you make this uncertain like this, completely uncertain like this, you actually break the monotony of your life. And when I go back to my world, my work, I actually feel like as if I've pressed the restart button and I work with a lot of energy. One of the most commonly asked questions when I do solo travel is this. I was traveling in Dubai a few days ago, solo on the roads, and someone asked me, is everything okay in your life? Why are you traveling alone? I looked at him and said, just imagine for a moment that I'm traveling with my family and friends and loved ones. I would not be talking to you right now. You would not be talking to me right now. I would be busy with them. In solo, you are never solo. You always meet people. After doing this kind of solo, when I go home, knock the door, my wife opens the door, and beautiful wife, she says, Praveen, you are looking completely tan. What you do? And I always say that this tan will go in 2 to 3 days, but the learning from my solo trips will stay with me throughout my life. And today let me share that one learning which has really changed my perspective towards strangers. Or rather, I should say, change my perspective towards the world, the way I look towards this world. I remember when I started solo trips, I realized I have to break this rule. And sometimes the best learning of your life is when you unlearn something. And I unlearned this. Because I have to speak to strangers to execute this kind of solo trips. They only tell me where to go, how to go. They only tell me what to eat, sometimes how to eat. They only tell me what to do, how to do. In an average, I speak at least to more than 100 strangers in a day. With few strangers, I just spend 30 seconds. With few, I spend hours and share stories as a storyteller. And with few, I play a game. I've given name to this game. It's called Blind Trust Game. It's very simple. When you do travel like this, you will put yourself in situations where your heart, body, soul, mind says, don't trust this stranger. And then you say, let me play a game, let me trust. I have 24 stories like this in my life during my travel. Let me share 3 stories today to put things in perspective. Let me take you to a place called Shantiniketan. It's a place near Kolkata, eastern part of India. When I was just coming out from my train, someone just tapped me from behind and he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Shantiniketan. He said, you should go to Sriniketan. I said, I've never heard this place. He said, there is a festival going on there. Just go there. I said, okay, I might think about it. I came out from the station and I saw someone in the taxi shouting, excuse me, I'm going to Sriniketan. Will you come with me? I said, free ride, why not? I sat with him. I reached Sriniketan. It's around 6 p.m. Then he asked me a very important question. So where are you staying tonight? I said, no idea. I'm a solo traveler. I don't pre-book my stay. And then he said, I have a tent. He started pitching a tent. And he said, let's stay together. Then my body, my heart, my soul started saying this, no, don't trust him. You have a backpack. There are some important gadgets. You have some cash, laptop. He has taken you all the way from that station till here. He has something wrong in your mind. In his mind. Something wrong. Don't trust. And then I started playing a game. Let me trust. So what happened next? Hold on. I will tell you. Let me take you to another place in India. You might have heard the place called Goa. It's near Goa called Gokarna. It was around 8 p.m. Very dark. Raining. And I was struggling to find accommodation for me, stay for me. Because wherever I'm going, they were saying, are you traveling alone? We don't give stay to those people who are traveling alone. I was so surprised. I said, why? I struggled a lot. And then finally I reached one guest house and I saw there were 4 rooms up. All were locked. And the owner, I assume, the couple, the old couple, the owner was sitting down. And before they reject me, I asked them, what's wrong? Why they are not giving accommodation to solo traveler? And they said, just few days ago, in one guest house, one solo traveler, he checked in and attempted suicide. And police came and cancelled the license of that guest house. I said, that's sad, but why guest house? Means what wrong they have done? Now he said, police is assuming it's not suicide, it's murder. And then during the conversation, I convinced him for the stay. And when I was going up using staircase, one old lady, she shouted from behind, excuse me, take this water, there's no water upside. When I turned up, I got scared. That lady was not looking beautiful. Then my mind, body, heart, soul said, no, there is something wrong in this water. No, you should not drink this. They might have added something. You have a lot of thing in your backpack. They might do something. There's something wrong. Then I started playing a game. I decided to trust. What happened next? Hold on, I will tell you. Let me take you to the last place, very close to my heart, southern part of India, Kurg. Now to reach here, I had to travel by bus overnight. I was sitting in the bus, conductor came, he said, the cost is 235 rupees. I had 240 rupees in my pocket. I gave him 240 rupees. He's supposed to give me back rupees 5. And then he said, I don't have 5 rupees change. Then mine said, no, he has. He's cheating me. He has 5 rupees, he's not giving me. He said, I will give you back. I'm writing 5 rupees on your ticket. I decided to trust him. What happened next? I will tell you. So what happened in all these 3 stories? Yes, I did share the tent with him. He's a good friend of mine. The same lady who was not looking beautiful in the night, she knocked the door. She was looking beautiful and she said, son, what you take, tea or coffee? I was sleeping deep around 3 a.m. in the night. And then someone shook me in that bus. Excuse me, I'm changing my duty. This is your 5 rupees. Now these are not the results from any published trial. These are the stories, real life stories of my life. But what it means? It means that I have so many incidents like this, like 24 incidents where 22 times I won this game. 22 times my trust on strangers were correct. But what it exactly means is this, that if I had not changed my belief, trusting people, if I had not changed my belief that strangers are good, I should speak to them, almost 96% time, I would have not trusted those people who were trustworthy. And can you build relationship without trust? No. Trust is the raw material to build strong and long relationship. So it also means that if I had not changed my belief towards strangers, trust towards strangers, I would have lost the opportunity to build a relationship with 96% people in my life. Now, when I say strangers, I'm not just talking about some strange people I meet on the roads. I'm also talking about some strangers which are there in your office. Speak to them, trust them, make relationship with them. Maybe they are strangers living near your home. Speak to them, trust them, make relationship with them. Maybe the stranger is sitting just now beside you. Speak to that person, trust that person, make relationship. Because trusting people is a habit. More you do it, better you become. Yesterday night when I was coming here, I met someone in the train. She was a complete stranger. Now there's a very easy way of starting conversation with any stranger. Just do this. So she smiled back. We started conversation. And then she asked me, where are you going? I said, I'm going to MMU. And she asked me, then how you will go from the station? It's far away from there. I said, I'm a solo traveler. I don't know. I will manage. And she said, my husband is coming to pick me up. We can drop you. We are going just that side. I said, wow, free ride. They dropped me here. And when I was just moving, I saw the same car coming back. They dropped the glasses of the car window. And the husband asked me, so where are you staying tonight? I said, no idea. He said, why don't you stay with us tonight? I said, are you sure? I have one very bad habit. He said, what habit? I said, as a storyteller, I have a habit of sharing stories before I sleep. He said, that's okay. And last night, we stayed. A stranger from India stayed with a stranger from Malaysia. And he not only shared this time, he shared two years old son, beautiful wife, very caring grandmother. She cooked for me. But why? Just because I decided to speak to that stranger. Because I decided to trust, they decided to trust me. I know few of you might be thinking, Praveen, come on. There are some bad people in this world. Of course there are. And they're so bad, as if they belong to some different planet, not from this planet, as if they belong to some black, dark, dirty planet. But how many? Show your hand if you know a rapist personally. Show your hand if you know a murderer personally. Show your hand if you just know a pickpocketer personally. There are very few bad people in this world, but let's not the whole world suffer just because there are few bad people. Because the majority of people in this world are like you. Good people. And don't we all need a relationship? Just imagine a world where people talk to each other, make relationship. Don't we all want to live in that kind of world? When I developed this habit of speaking to any strangers and trusting them and making relationship, it's really changed my life. It's helping me in my professional life. It's helping me in my personal life. And this is exactly what I can do. I can just change my life. This can exactly what you can do. You can change only one life, yours. Or maybe as a father, I have a responsibility of influencing one more life, my next generation. So my son, who is 11 years old now, he loves mountain. Recently he was going to Himalaya, 15,000 feet, without parents, with strangers. And when he was going, I called him, son, come here. You are going alone with strangers, and make sure you speak to strangers and trust them. Thank you.